Poor Ferdinand getting called a lolicon. This poor guy. Oh, that was so mean. I love it. I love it, though. I'm actually surprised that the translator / localizer decided to leave it as lolicon, though. They typically like to change it to something else, and that would completely ruin the joke. The joke is that mine, from our modern times Japan, is calling him an otaku term that he doesn't know what it means. And if you change it to something else, it would completely kill the joke. So I'm glad they, thank you localizers, you actually left it to proper terminology there. But yeah, I love that. It's like, no matter what, no matter if she did say the other term, it's like he would still say the same thing. Shut up and get undressed. Like, we only have so much time to do this thing, which, yes, turns out to be, newsflash, kind of important. They mentioned the fact, I was like, wait, I don't remember this being a thing. It turns out this is something they did right before she left the Noble District, which is a very important little test here. Something that they can only do, like, right then, because she's going to become the daughter of the Archduke. They can't do this anymore then. So they had to do the test now, and it's a very important test because it shows them something that's going to be kind of something they have to keep a secret. This is like one of those things that keeps like creeping up for mine. Like even the old mine, even the current mine, like this is a ongoing curse for her, is this mana buildup. And even to now, the after effects of all those days as a commoner is still creeping up right here. And this is something they have to keep in absolute secrecy because this basically says, I was a commoner. Like the fact that they're removing this hardened mana is basically saying, I used to be a commoner and we're now trying to cover that up. Like even these people that are now involved, which is Eckhart and, oh my gosh, his name, Estasius. These new people involved with her now even have to keep that a secret. But yeah, this test is kind of important, and this is like this ongoing curse for her is this buildup of mana. Not only was she, becoming sick and dying from the devouring and this mana buildup, now that she's, had this thing basically rip her from her family's life and brought into the church and now into nobility, it's now still killing her because this buildup for so long that should have been removed is now hardening inside of her, and she has to get rid of it. Well, again, nobody knows about it. Again, this is mana in this world for her sucks. Everybody else is like, it's magic. It gives us our noble place. It gives us power and all this kind of stuff. For her, it's like, it's this constant thing that is haunting her day and night. But yeah, interesting to kind of learn about this whole thing and now have to go through this long process of having to remove it. I'm kind of curious in the end if it's going to be sort of something to break it down, or if it's going to be a removal, and if this substance that's going to come from it's going to be interesting in some way. Being mine, and again, this being sort of an oddity, watch it ends up being something important, which is kind of scary in my mind because they've implied that this is something that doesn't happen just because, again, nobles who do produce mana, the moment that they're born, they're given magic items to remove that mana. And again, mine didn't have that, so she had that buildup. So if they do come to find out this is something that can produce something good, and that if removing it can then produce a result, they might actually be doing that to other people. Like have people that are able to build mana, put them off the side, let the hardening happen, even if it kills them, and then extract the thing they want. But either way, episode 10, let's get into the, like usual, jump through scene by scene so I don't forget anything. But yes, opening up the episode, we get to meet our first two, well, it's the retainers of Ferdinand that will be accompanying mine as she goes to the Harvest Festival, because I hate this, because Ferdinand's like, I don't have to go with you because nothing bad's going to happen. Ferdinand. Really, boy? You know the moment that he said that he didn't have to go, they're going to run to a Fey Beast. I got a kick out of Estasius the most because it's one of those names that pops up and I immediately hear something else and it drives me crazy. Like in Japanese, he's saying Yustotsu, and it's like, that doesn't sound like Eustachius. So where does the translator / localizer get this name? I'm assuming the actual like property owners tells them what the name should be. Like in a lot of cases, they'll give them a key to work with, and this is what they want like the English name to be. But it's still like, I hate it because I hear Eustachius and I see Estasius up on the screen. It's like it doesn't. My brain it confuses me. I do like Estasius though, because we kind of find out that he's in fact the son of Riyard, which totally fits. I like very quickly he's talking about how Ferdinand's super doting and everything, and immediately Ferdinand turns on him and it doesn't even faze him, and mine's like, Yeah, definitely her son. Definitely her son. He looks very young for being the son, though. He's aged well, I guess. Or she's... she's much younger than she looks. I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, yes, we go into talking about the gathering of the materials for the hardening of mana. And yes, in order to create this Jareve, which they have to get different materials from each season. And I guess combining those things, they'll be able to extract this hardening from her. And that, yes, apparently they did this test to find out that she has this hardening of mana. And again, had to have her do this whole ritual, try to see if it's in there. And sure enough, there's like this buildup that is happening that typically, again, a lot of these children aren't going to avoid because the mana is removed. So again, it kind of feels like it's just, once again, mind continuously being haunted by the existence of mana in this world. Constantly haunted, which again is kind of similar to another story that I've kind of read through here recently that I think is very interesting. This idea of people that are kind of foreign to the world having experienced sort of the lesser good sides of mana. Typically, whenever you have an isekai or a fantasy story, mana is a good thing. Mana is a thing that makes you OP, and you're able to destroy things. Whereas for a select few stories, you have mana is sort of a negative. You don't want it. But anyways, before they get to their little journey there and the Harvest Festival, Mine has to do one more thing. So they have to go and see the mayor again, which we come to find out the mayor completely misread the note that Mine sent him. Because Mine sent him a letter saying that the actual High Bishop has died. But she said that she specifically said something to the effect of, I told him that he ascended the stairway to distant skies. Which, yes, in noble terms means that he's dead. But apparently the mayor took that as that he's retired and that he still has a lot of pull so he can correct this horrible situation. It's like the mayor right here is happy about the situation because it seems like he feels like he has the upper hand. Well, at the same time, Ferdinand's upset because he's getting high and mighty again. Like, he should be groveling. He should be afraid. He should have got a letter that says he's dead. But no, instead, he's acting all high and mighty. I don't like this. Mine, you know what to do. It's like, yeah, I'll get the situation figured out. I love the little scene where Mine gets in the car. Gets in her little high beast thingy. Fran gets inside of there and he's like, so you're gonna take care of the situation, right? Yeah, he's laying the groundwork for me right now, trying to work with this assistant. I'm assuming what they're saying there is that Fran is, like, I guess, whispering in the ear of the assistant to tell him that Mine is currently trying to calm down tensions. The high priest is ticked off, and Mine over here, she's trying to make sure that nobody dies, or so to speak. I'm guessing they're trying to set up this assistant to replace the mayor, because it sounds like they're trying to make him believe that this is a bad situation and we're on your side. We're on your side, not the mayor's side. We're on the town's side. So work with us and we can get rid of that guy. Because you know that he's causing problems, right? Yeah, we got you. We got you. I think that's what they're kind of implying there. But yeah, I love that. Mine... It's this horrible impression of Ferdinand. Like, that was one of those moments where I know what she's doing, but it's not working. Like, it's just the stern look. It's the fact of what she's saying. Like, it's not like anywhere near to the kind of tone or anything like that. It's just gruffiness and being mad about the situation. We got to make sure that he suffers. It's just a dorky little, like, impression there. I like the fact that, like, it's this moment of her being silly and Fran's right there to kind of follow up with, like, a little laugh there because he's totally playing into it. It shows that nice little casual nature between the two of them because obviously we've kind of seen several times in the past, here recently in this season, about how much, Fran cares for Mine, is always looking out for her. So see, the little cute little moment between the two of them was great. Also kind of funny to see Fran get inside of her car. It's such a stupid vehicle. I still can't get over it. Anyways, this one cut to the Harvest Festival, and Mine is traveling around. Get to give this little moment where she's having a meal with her father. It was so cute. Get me all emotional again. The fact that she kind of casually walks by, and he's like, I remember when my daughter made a meal like this before me once, and it was chicken steam with alcohol, and yeah, it was a very delicious meal. And she's like, oh, that's a really fun memory. He's like, yeah, she used all my stores, though. That's very unfortunate. It was a cute little moment. It was great because they did a little traveling around and they went to all these festivals and stuff like that. We kind of find out at the very end of the episode, because this stood out to me. When it was cutting around and it kept showing different scenes, there was one shot where she looked shocked as she was watching this soccer game play. And I was like, for some reason that face stood out to me like, okay, apparently she's seen something like a really cool move or something like that. Maybe somebody intercepted the ball and it was like really shocking or something like that. No, at the end of the episode, it says the fact that it's because they're using these little Fae beasts. She's like, this is cruel even for Fae beasts. They're little armadillo things, pig things that roll up in a ball and they just kick it around. It was kind of dorky. Anyways, we cut to the night of the first harvesting that they have to do in order to get the materials for this. And yes, mine gets a little cute little outfit. Don't I look strong, brother? He's like, no, don't do anything. But yes, we go out to the night of, oh my gosh, Shutsaria, which apparently is said to be the night that the god of life surpasses the goddess of wind. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming there's sort of like a deeper lore with that, but like, I guess kind of interesting. The idea that when the nights themselves suddenly get cool. But either way, it's apparently supposed to be this optimal point to gather the materials because, as they kind of insinuate later on, like the light of the moon itself is going to cause this to grow faster or something like that. But either ways, they find this tree and they have to wait for the actual tree to blossom this fruit before she can finally cut it. And just so happens to be the time where all these Fae beasts suddenly want to converge on this. Now, there's a couple of thought processes I had here. They never imply the idea. It seems like this is a shock to him. So I'm assuming this is like an oddity. The fact that they're all arriving right now is an oddity. There's much more Fae beasts coming there than there should be. So that implies to me that somebody knew they were going there and that they set something up. It's either that or the fact that mine is there is causing some sort of anomaly. It does imply later on that these beasts probably do feed off of mana of some sort, and they do sense mine's presence there, and they're trying to get to that mana. Like, she's exuding mana they want. And again, could go to this whole hardening thing, that she has this mass of mana that's inside of her that they're being drawn to. But in the end, because she goes to, pour mana into this fruit, and eventually cut it, that's the thing that then suddenly are drawn to. They want to get to that because they want to consume it because it makes them stronger. That's my assumption there. That's the reason why so much of it is being drawn to there. And again, it could also be the idea that somebody's sabotaging them. But I think it's probably going to be just mana in general that they're kind of drawn to. But anyways, yes, they get there, and again, they have to wait for this thing to grow. At some point, she said that she wanted to create this protective layer and potentially protect the soldiers, but then he's like, no, that'll block the moonlight from getting to it, and it's going to make it to where it can't grow. And then at some point, she's like, well, then I'll just do the blessing of the god of war. Oh, yeah, that'll work too. Do that. I thought for a minute there she could be like, well, if I can't do that because it blocks the moon, I thought she was going to say, let me amplify it. Like, she's going to have something to sort of create a magnifying glass sort of effect there or something like that to make it grow faster. But I actually thought that she was going to end up pouring her mana into it, but then that ends up being the thing that she does to, I guess, sort of solidify it. It could be the idea of sort of making it to where it's preserved is by pouring mana into it. But either way, eventually she harvests it. The Fae beast comes up there and grabs it, turns into a mega beast. What do they call it? A Gultzy. It's a bear. It's just a big werebear. It's like a big, massive werebear or something like that. This thing that, again, Ferdinand, you called it. The moment you said that you didn't need to be there, you basically jinx this to happen. So they immediately have to call out to Ferdinand. Ferdinand's got to rush over there very quickly. You jinxed it there, Ferdinand. Having a little bit of a kind of a mixture of who's kind of blaming themselves. Brigitte's blaming herself. No, we were supposed to protect you. Mine's thinking that's her fault. She wants to take responsibility for it. All leading up to having to pretty much hold the thing still while Ferdinand makes his run there. I'd be curious how difficult it will be for Ferdinand to take down. He's the only one that seems to be going there, so it seems like he's confident that he can handle it. But I'd be curious if he can handle it himself. Anyways, solid episode overall. Looking forward to more as always. Oh, I did get to see that they had like a crossover with Witch Had a Tellier this week, which is funny to see, like a show that has like insane production qualities like Witch Had a Tellier. Like, my gosh, so much money being poured in that thing and so much budget and so much time given to it. And then you have, unfortunately, Ascendance of Bookworm over here with that's barely kind of being animated. Even though they're like both really solid studios. Yeah, which studio not putting too much in this one. It's cute though. I'm all for a little crossover. Hopefully that will kind of draw some attention to Ascendance of Bookworm. We're gonna always get more viewers of Ascendance of Bookworm. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. Until next time, I'll take care.